Hi everybody, hope you've had a good break. Welcome to the Chelsea Update, my mini podcast about Chelsea Football Club, where I discuss both the men's and the women's teams, so please join me for the Chelsea Update. Hi everybody, my name is Steve Hadlow. This is the Chelsea Update. Yes, we're back. Or I'm back anyway. What can we say? First of all, to get last season out of the way, congratulations to Sarri, who managed to win us the Europa League. To all the Chelsea fans who travelled the distance, congratulations to them too and got home safely. It was a bit of a journey, but in the end we got the right result. So we now move on to the new season. To me personally, it started a few weeks a bit too early for my liking. I'm sorry, but it's only the 10th of August. Happy birthday, Mum, who's not with me anymore, but it would have been her birthday today. And it's 10th of August. It's almost 3 o'clock, and traditionally that's when the league kicks off. But already Liverpool and Man City have both had easy wins, shall we say, over Norwich and West Ham respectively. And of course Chelsea kick off tomorrow at Old Trafford. So what's been happening in close season? Well, it's been pretty quiet. No transfers. We can't buy anybody, which has been, I think, been a blessing in disguise. Mr. Sarri has left us and gone on to pastures news at Juventus, and of course we'll welcome back Super Frank in the managerial role. He's been welcomed back with open arms, I think, from a lot of Chelsea fans, and he's been sending out the right messages. I watched his Football Focus interview, and I saw the press conference yesterday, and of course the press, he knows how to handle the press, and of course he's friendly with the media as well. So it's early days. I hope we don't have too many high expectations of Frank. I mean, he's only his second year as a manager, but he has good people around him, people who know, as he said, he wants people, whoever plays for Chelsea, to represent the badge, basically, not just as he said today, passing through, so to speak. So about the transfers, of course, Mitrovic and of course Pulisic are now only two signings, but great, we need them. Ruben is still out injured. He got a nice hefty pay rise, new contract, Ruben, but they say £100,000 a week. I hope he actually fulfills the contract, because he's yet to give us a full season yet due to injury, etc. No fault of his own last season when he got injured. That was a club sending us off to America, which, no disrespect, but it was just one game we didn't really need. And poor old Ruben, he got injured, didn't he? And now he's fighting to get back into injury. Rudiger, another one who got injured. He also is almost fit. Callum Hudson-Odoi, again, over the close season, everyone been talking about, is he going or not going? When's he going to sign a contract? Frank's even mentioned that he's almost close to signing a contract. Even the guy in the Standard today said it's going to be imminent, so might get it tomorrow, might get it Monday. Who knows with Chelsea? So who else left? I mean, as I say, he cleared out. He finally got Danny Drinkwater, who I felt a bit sorry for. He got a couple of chances in pre-season. I watched a few of the pre-season games, and but unfortunately, he doesn't fit in with at Chelsea, and he's gone off to Burnley for half a season. Now he's on £100,000 a week, so I'm almost surprised if Burnley are not paying the full amount, and Chelsea are sort of paying part of the salary. But it's only till January the 2nd, so if he does well there, I can see Chelsea saying, well, if you want him for the rest of the season, you're going to have to start paying more of his wages. I mean, I'm just speculating. That's just my opinion. So, well, good luck to Danny there. Another player, if you're interested in new players' ins and outs, please go to my Twitter stream at Chelsea Update SH. I've mentioned that every time. Not many people actually check it out. All the ins and outs are there. And, of course, the surprise ins and outs was literally the 12th hour, so to speak, was David Luiz. I think he had a sit down with Frank, and Frank basically said to him he's going with Zuma and Christensen as his first choice this season. And I don't think David Luiz liked it, so therefore he said, I'm happy to go to leave, and he went off to He's gone off to Arsenal. Now, Petr Cech was the last one to go there, if you remember rightly. He didn't have a good pre-season, David Luiz. I saw a few of the games he played in, and it was a bit as always, David Luiz hit and miss. I like David Luiz, don't get me wrong. For PR wise, Chelsea are going to lose a major player on the PR side. He's great with the kids. I mean, he loves the children. He's always friendly with them. He does PR for the club, but he was great. And you can't have pictures and stuff like that. He's always featured David Luiz. Give him his credit. But unfortunately, his football. He was ever present last season. He had some really good games, but there also was quite a few questionable games. And of course, in pre-season, Frank saw a few of his old traits playing. He's 32 now, and we've got to look forward now, people. And I know it sounds strange, but we've got to look forward. We can't keep looking back. If you heard a noise in the background, it's that was a local bus whose parking alarm just went off. It all happens here, people.
For a bit more of the Chelsea update, go to bit.ly/Chelsea update for the YouTube channel with related videos about Chelsea Football Club, and of course the website and blog at bit.ly/CFC update.
So we move on. The women, by the way, they started their pre-season pretty late. They had the World Cup and quite a few players have come back. G has been given a new contract, which I'm pleased with. That's one of our best players. And I know Man City women have also signed a South Korean player as well. But good luck to the ladies. The ladies have a prestige game, shall we say, at the Bridge. They play Tottenham. It's a free game. Everybody have been given a chance to buy the free tickets to go and see them play. I managed to get one. They put me up in the gods in the East Stand. So I'll be interested to see what that'll be like to watch the women's game. It's a Sunday game as well. No other games are being played, so it should be quite popular. So that's the first thing. And their league doesn't start. That's not until 8th of September. So that's why I'm only talking too much about the women. Can I just say on the women, I really respect what the girls are doing. All the women's league. You know, I'm big. As you know, on this podcast, I follow them. I give them equal billing. But some of the time, we get the impression they're equal footballing wise. And unfortunately, it's a good World Cup. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the World Cup. I saw most of the games. But I saw Addie Scott, who used to play for Arsenal. She's had an MBE and all this, and I respect what she's done for the women's game. Don't get me wrong; she's played for England record times, etc., etc. And now she's a football analysis for Match of the Day or Football Focus, as before I saw earlier on. Now, my gripe is, if you like, is she is an expert on the WSL and the World Cup for the women. She's not an expert on Premier League football. She can analyse a game much as she likes. And I'm not saying she can't do that, but I'll come back to the old say. If a pundit wants to criticise a Premier League player, he's got to have the experience and the knowledge to do that. And unfortunately, the women don't have that. WSL is worlds apart from playing in the Premier League. You know, and she was today, and I thought. Take when we played Champions League and I used to watch Roy Keane do the highlights, and he used to say atrocious defending or bad defending. He used to criticise. If Roy Keane told somebody that it was bad defending, he would have the balls. Sorry, it's a term I used to walk up to that player and say you were rubbish. That's why JT once got the huff with what's his name, the Welsh player Robbie Savage, about criticising his defending, because Robbie Savage has never played Champions League football. He may want to commentate on it, but he's never played it. That's why JT got annoyed with it, and that's why I get slightly annoyed watching the women. I've got nothing against it. I'm 100% behind the women's game. Don't get me wrong, but you can't criticise a Premier League player if you don't have the experience. I'm sorry, that's my gripe of the week, if you like. So we move on to tomorrow. It's a 4:30 game because it's the second match on Sky, and we go to Man United. Like us, they're redeveloping their team. He's brought quite a few players. I mean, he's paid 80 million for Harry Maguire, so they'll be up for it tomorrow. Manchester United. Chelsea, on the other hand, he's been getting a feel for the side, and I think he knows who his first 11 is going to be tomorrow. I noticed in the papers today they've got Mason Mount in the starting 11. I'd much like to see him progress with this season. I think Ross Barkley's playing really well. He's done some really good passing, and he's really, he looks the part this season in pre-season. I think Frank sat down with him and told him a few things, and I think he's getting the message. I know Mason Mount will get some. I think Mason Mount might be good, bringing him on towards the end of the game. But as I say, that's up to Frank tomorrow. We'll see what side. He's still not saying he's 100%. So it'd be interesting to see what the first side will be. All we want is a good result for Frank, and that's I mean that in the best sense of the word. If this season there can be some ups and downs, he won't get it quite right. We don't mind that, but all he says is they show their pride in playing for the club, and that's all we ask as Chelsea fans, and that's all we need for the future. So good luck, Frank. Good luck to the boys, and let's get a good result tomorrow. Thanks for listening to the Chelsea Update. I'm surprised I'm getting a few more listeners. I think it may be due to I'm now listed on Google Play, Google Podcasts as well. Perhaps they're getting me some listens. I don't know. It's just something I really do appreciate. I do this for a bit of fun, and as I say, I'll be back next week. And don't forget, on midweek, on Wednesday, the boys fly to Turkey for this Super Cup game against Liverpool. They, as I say, play Friday night, so they've got 2 extra days rest, if you like, over Chelsea. So we'll wait and see what happens on then. I might do an extra podcast. If not, I'll be back definitely next week. So thanks for listening. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.